Sims looking for the step down, now dodging, and scores!
Last Thursday he begged me. He's like, don't come to the game. I don't think we're ready for it. I'm like, would you stop? What do you mean you're not ready for it? You've owned them.
Small ice? What are we talking about?
Small ice. And had I listened to him, the professor, I would have missed a classic game.
Correction, the Nutty Professor.
Small ice, I'll tell you, I like small ice again. He was driving me nuts last year, 2 years ago.
He is one of the great lacrosse minds in the tri-state. He's got that wonderful history. And
buddy,
he's got a habit of winning state championships.
He sure does.
Getting to them too.
And beating Greenwich. And he had some wonderful jokes last week.
Really?
I was driving out to Chaminade.
Converse on?
Yeah. And he and I had like a 45-minute conversation on my ride to Chaminade to watch Chaminade St. Anthony's. And then I turned around. It took me 2 hours and 2 minutes to get from Chaminade to Fairfield U. It's a nightmare. I live in Norwalk, but driving through Norwalk right now, there's no worse place in the tri-state than Norwalk, Connecticut to drive. It's horrible. I'll tell you this. They better, after they've done all this construction on that little 3-mile stretch, or 2 miles, it better work. Because it's a nightmare driving around Norwalk right now. Unless you're Brian McMahon. And Stockfish's Senators are on fire.
Can't we throw Fairfield Prep into the FCAC?
I know.
That'd be nice.
Well, the SCC right now is not good.
I just mean for the FCAC championship.
But the SCC, that's why Small Guys plays all these games.
Yeah.
That's why you saw them right there against Del Barton. We'll get to that in a second. That's why they play Greenwich. That's why they play Chaminade. That's why they play St. Anthony's. That's why they play New Canaan.
It's that across-the-board philosophy of giving your kids a great experience within your schedule.
Their conference is terrible now, though.
Yeah, but
I'm just cutting right to the chase. It's not. But the SEC is nothing close to the FCAC.
But you know what? They have what Small Kais has done there is he has ingrained an unbelievable reputation for Fairfield Prep High School. If you talk to Keith Weiserick of St. Anthony's, Fairfield Prep Lacrosse.
He asked me, the first thing he asked me, you have any jokes?
Yeah, you talk to Chuck Rubling of the Fairfield Prep, great lacrosse. I mean, it's like, it's synonymous now with good high school lacrosse, Fairfield Prep.
What were you doing on May 5th, 2011?
What am I thinking? I'm the Rain Man? I have no idea.
Yeah,
May 5th, 2000?
That was the last time Greenwich celebrated a victory over Fairfield Prep.
Wow.
Yeah, and listen, nobody went on and on more about the Cardinals than me. They beat Ridgefield in quadruple overtime, and, then I just thought that there was some, and there might be, but they went up there, they led, and then they let Prep get back in the game. Greenwich was winning this game, Jim, 7-5. Prep, 6 unanswered goals. Let's go up to Fairfield U. Last Thursday, pick it up, 3-2 Greenwich. My man Decker Curran, the junior going to Michigan, little wraparound goal, so 41 was jacked up. And the Cardinals were late in the half, up 4-2. Trailing 4-3 now, early in the second half. Princeton-bound Austin Sims ties it at 4. Loyola-bound Kyle Foote. Look at Johnny O'Connor, the birthday boy, the sophomore. Comes up with a huge save. The Prep D turns it over. And Foote,
same guy.
Yeah, Foote with a leg up right there. So now they're rolling. They're up 7-5 there, and they have all the momentum. Not for long. Berkey Smith. Look at Burke going downstairs. And all of a sudden, the Jesuits, they're within 1. I like this kid, Pat Lambert. Plays with some swagger. Camped out in front. Little dodge. Gets those hands free. Top side. So now it's tied at 7. Just like that. In transition, Sims to the freshman Chris Brown. Remember this name. He's going to be great. That gave them the lead with 1:14 left. Johnny Edmonds, a name synonymous with Prep Lacrosse, gets the loose change, and they're up a field goal, 10-7. Look at O'Connor, Jim. Turned 16 on this game and turned the Cardinals away time and time. That's a big-time save.
Stood right in there.
Yep. Now it's 11-8 Prep, and you think it's over. But the Cardinals make a run. Luke Finneran.
Yeah, they started getting goals, and Mike Sullivan started winning faceoffs.
He's very good. Dominated the X here. Scoop and go.
Why not? You earned it.
You're right. A lot of these guys, they pull up and look for the pass. Go to the goal. So it makes it a 1-goal game. But Burke Smith, late in the game, gives them a 2-goal cushion, and they win the game by a goal. So that was a great win for Prep. Smoke Ice, in all sincerity, he just didn't think they were ready for that game yet. That's a very good win for Fairfield Prep. They've now beaten the Cardinals 5 times in a row. Johnny and the boys pretty jacked up afterwards.
We played really hard. We rode hard. Our goalie stood on his head. We just did everything right today. It was great.
To get a game in the state, the Duxbury thing out of state, your league, your conference, not the strongest conference, so you need games like this. What does a game do for Fairfield Prep like this?
This is a big pick-me-up. We've had a lot of blowouts, just every game back-to-back, but this is one of our big opponents in the league, and it feels really good to beat them.
What do we know about this Jesuit team so far?
We've got a lot of work to do, but we're really working hard in practice every day, doing a lot of fitness, getting a lot of great conditioning, and a lot of young guys are stepping up and really killing it in the lineup.
Well, Berkey, they put a scare into you, and they're coming back, make it 11-10, and you deposit one to kind of send everybody home.
Yeah, I mean, just down the stretch, we got all the good ground balls. I mean, Cam made an amazing play at the end, running around the top. It was pretty one-on-one with the goalie at the end. I mean, he gave it to me right in front of the net. So, just down the stretch, we got all the important ground balls.
The second half was a tale of 2 games. It was their game early in the second half, and then you took it away from them. How'd you guys take it away when they were up 7-5?
We've always been a team where we get good runs. We get a lot of we got a lot of energy at the end of the game, which was I think the biggest thing. This is a big test for us, and I think the energy at the end was insane.
What a birthday present, huh?
Yeah, definitely. It was great to get the win here today.
You stood in there real good. They jump up 7-5, and they pepper you with some shots, and you turned a lot of them back to keep your team in this game.
Yeah, the whole defense really played well. We were just trying to keep on our feet, not let them get in our head. We knew they had some good shooters out there. We were preparing for that, and we just had to play our game and play ready.
What did you want for your birthday?
I wanted to win today.
So there's no other present better than this win?
No, definitely not. This was great.
Did you hear Coach said you don't have to practice for Del Barton?
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'm just making that up. That was unfair of me, huh?
You know what? Listen, and it just goes to show you don't need to be a big behemoth to play goalie because Johnny O's a smaller kid, and listen, for these Fair Prep plays people, Mike. That's why they've won 6 state titles in 8 years. They sort of build towards a big finish. They had a couple years where they lost a couple state championships. Wilkie and the guys from Ridgefield a few years ago, but now they won the last 2 against Ridgefield at Staples last year.
Yeah,
and they're right back where they want to be.
Except when they play Del Barton. Well, they have not beaten Del Barton since 2010.
But these are the kind of feet in your fire, things that Small Kais builds on. He's going to go back to the lab, point out what they did wrong, and they'll go from there.
By the way, it was funny when we were watching the interview of O'Connor, and you saw Small Kais.
Yes, wandering.
He's the type of guy
he's
when you see
photobombing
him,
his own kids.
Because he makes you laugh.
Yeah.
And you just think that he's going to do something funny right there. I like Small Kais.
Yeah, and by the way,
I met his wife the other day. I passed along my condolences for being.
Quick little State of the Union on Greenwich. Thursday, New Canaan. Saturday, Chaminade, Bronxville, Darien. That's the next 4 games in their schedule. Doesn't get any easier for those guys.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, Bulkley ain't running from anybody.
No.
Not at all.
But a good win over Lakeland Panis. Kyle Foote, Jamie Paradise, Decker Curran, hat-tricks. Foote won it with 20 seconds left.
Did you know that in the sport of lacrosse, you are not allowed to have a 0 and a 00 on the field at the same time?
No idea.
I found that out on Thursday.
How would you know that?
Well, because Prep had a 0 and a 00, and then they had to change jerseys.
Oh, no.
So that was very good. Del Barton, Fairfield Prep, once again, Del Barton, they're finding their way right now, and they made Prep say ouch. Let's go to Morristown, New Jersey, where Prep made the long drive off the screen here. Yale-bound Connor Mackey. I mean, Yale's only, 20 minutes from Fairfield?
Hey, stop by.
Yeah, there you go.
For the gridiron, though.
Austin Sims, he's going to go the other way. He's going to go into Princeton in New Jersey, so a little swap.
Nice.
How about that?
I like it.
So right now, we had a 3-2 Fairfield Prep lead. Not for long. Down the alleyway, Willie McCarthy from J.J. McBride. J.J. was spectacular. So was Cornell-bound Jordan Dowiak. Look at this. Gets underneath. Puts it home. Part of a 5-0 run from the Green Wave. And J.J. McBride. It's going to Penn. A lot of Ivy League guys in this game. 3 goals, 4 assists.
Ooh, 3 and 4. 9 different Green Waivers score in this game, Mike. 9 different guys. And Del Barton was, not our Jersey show here, but they lost all their starters from a year ago. Yeah. They've hit their stride this year.
Not the only interstate matchup. You had Fairfield Prep, Del Barton. You also had Ridgewood going to New Canaan. Yeah. Only the 3rd time they've ever played. But as I said on the Put a Face on It segment, this is the type of game that should be played every year. New Canaan had won the first 2, a 6-5 thriller last year. Another close one, and the Rams had to come back to do it.
Yeah, they did. This was tight throughout, and Ridgewood would have to storm back in. Kyle Smith makes it 2-1 New Canaan.
He's a talented sophomore. He's going to Denver.
Watch Matty Donovan. Little roll inside for Ridgewood, kicks it back up top, winds, fires, and it's 2-all. Score was tied at 3-3. Matty Laparo. Downtown, 4-3.
Beats Nader, which few people have done this year. Trent's been great.
How about New Canaan is down 5-3, but guess what? They're going to score the last 4 goals of this game. Mikey Kraus cuts the lead to 1, and then Harry the Hat heading off to Bowdoin. Stanton is so important to this team. Listen, he might be the best hockey player in the state of Connecticut, but he's sneaking up on the lacrosse charts too.
That's a heck of a catch he made before.
Ties the game at 5. And Justin Meichner, great catch, top shelf, as you said. And this is Meichner and Stanton just going to close this one out. Finally, this is Harry Stanton. Again, squeezes it inside. Like I said, they scored the last 4 goals of the game. And so New Canaan, Chip Ozio's boys, 6-0 in the FCAC, and a good win there against New Jersey's Ridgewood. Only lost right to St. Anthony's.
Yeah, they were up. They were down in that game, then they were up, and then it was tied at 5 late. St. Anthony blitzed them. They won that game 10-5. Nader in that game had 19 saves against the Friars. He had 9 against the Maroons the other day, but afterwards they were talking to your boy Harry.
I mean, they're always tough. Those Jersey's kids, they come after us hard, and we're gonna have some hard hits. And it was a close game. And Trent Nader, I mean, oh my God, he played out of his mind. Both games this year and last year, playing absolutely incredible, making huge saves. And we knew coming in this one would be a blowout either way. So it's always fun playing these guys.
What do you think is going to make this group special as you guys build towards FCAC and the playoffs?
Yeah, not to get too sentimental, but we all care about each other a lot, and it stems from last year. We created a family last year, and it pours over to this year. We welcome new guys, and everyone really wants this one, especially for the seniors. We're going really hard, and it's more than a game for us. I mean, it's just we're going as hard as we can, and we love each other really, and championship would be great, but we know this is the first step, and so we're building for a good season.
That's a good answer to a good question by Resnick. I like that question by Resnick.
Nice. 6 straight wins, and a little inside the game there, the defense of Richmond-bound Frankie Cognetta on Owen Smith of Ridgewood going to Hobart. Very important in that game. And New Canaan, Mike, 2-time defending FCAC champs. They have it going now. They walloped St. Joe's Trumbull.
Harry at 5 in that game?
I mean, Stanton at 4-3. That line, that attack line of Stanton, Kraus, and Meichner in that game. 4-3, 3-2, 3-2. That's really like a lifetime of chemistry. Even though Stanton is a senior, I think Kraus and Meichner are juniors. But they can bring it.
Meichner's had a wonderful
And good luck this
year.
week. Greenwich and Darien next on the schedule.
I'm going to go to that game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to both of those games.
Thursday at Greenwich, Saturday at Darien. 2 road games for the Rams.
So you know who I will see play tomorrow night? The Senators of Brian McMahon. The 6-0 Senators. There's only 4 left. And I think we might get, 5 teams in the state of Connecticut in the thing. Now here's the deal, Jim. Now I got to be careful here because Brian plays for Norwalk and McMahon's an arch rival, but Norwalk is 1-6, and Andy Stockfish has done a wonderful job taking over for Epstein this year.
No doubt.
But when I did a little bit of work in my lax laboratory,
be careful.
This could be an upset in the making tomorrow night because McMahon at 6-0, they have not beaten a team with a winning record, and the combined records of their opponents, 14-6.
These 2 schools in Norwalk.
14-26.
Boy, you live in Norwalk. You better park your car in the garage for the next few nights.
Matafari, I'm coming over. Save me a good spot. I will be up on Highland Avenue tomorrow night.
And all is well in the Nutmeg State when Quick and Small Kais have that brotherly love
I love
again.
Small Kais.
Oh boy,
He makes me laugh. Well, enjoy
Getting
your.
good.
It's a good week in Connecticut.
Connecticut has hit their stride. The whole state of Lacrosse.